Hey everyone, so today's journey takes us over here to Shelby Springs Confederate Cemetery. Now, Shelby Springs Confederate Cemetery was established in Shelby Springs when the Confederate Hospital was moved from Vicksburg, Mississippi. There is 277 Confederate veterans that are buried in this cemetery. Now, going back to the Vicksburg, Mississippi, I have great news for you guys. I actually am planning on going to Vicksburg, Mississippi this upcoming Memorial Day weekend. So stay tuned for that content as well. I'm going to go out there and pay my respects to the 31st Alabama Infantry, as well as the 30th Alabama Infantry, and many other regiments that are actually fought out there and have monuments and historical markers out there on that battlefield. So make sure you guys stay tuned. If you guys haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys click that notification bell so you guys can receive notification when new videos are being released. And once again, I do want to express how thankful and appreciated I am of all the new subscribers and the communication that I'm receiving with my subscribers and the comments that they've been leaving me in my videos. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the support that you guys are giving me on my most recent video of the Battle of Resaca reenactment. I really do appreciate the conversation and engagement that I've been getting out of you guys. It means so much that you guys showed that much support and everything. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and begin our journey through this cemetery and just pay our respects to the fallen heroes of the Confederate Army. Alright, you guys, so here's a monument, a monument of Shelby Springs and how it served for a hospital, or served as a Confederate hospital. And then right here is some of the chief surgeons, like Dr. D. Warren Brickley, as well as Benjamin A. Thomas, and then right down here is who assisted them with their operations. And then it talks a little bit more right here. The hospital was established by their father, and it was besieged in Vicksburg, Mississippi. So that's actually pretty cool. And then right here we got a couple more unknown soldiers, but there is one familiar one, and it's right here. Private Matthew A. Miller, Company E of the 28th Infantry, or 28th Alabama Infantry. So that's actually cool. Right behind him, there's another private, Levi R.S. Mayrick, who was also part of the 28th Alabama Infantry. And he died June 26, 1862. So he died right around about the same time that the Battle of Kennesaw began, which was June 27th, 1864. So he died 2 years prior of that battle occurring. So I'm going to look more up on that soldier as well and see what battles the 28th Alabama was actually involved in, because I did one on the 31st, and I know that they're a pretty big unit that came out of Alabama. So I'm looking forward to diving a little bit more into that unit, as well as the many other regiments that was part of Alabama. But as you can see right here, we can kind of just walk down a little bit. There's a lot of unknown soldiers. Right here is another unknown soldier of the Confederates. So we have been able to identify 2 soldiers in the regiments that they were involved in. But it is still really great to be able to come out here and pay our respects to these soldiers and the sacrifices that they made, and just get a better understanding of the the Civil War and how it, or why it had occurred, and why did it take, or it lasted as long as it did. But right here we got another monument for the Confederate cemetery, which tells you Shelby Springs Cemetery. It was dedicated on April 30th, 1889, by the Historic Society out here. So that's actually pretty. I like how they did it too, with the carving of the soldier into the stone. It's pretty cool. Now there is 277 Confederate veterans that are actually buried in this cemetery. As you can see, majority of them are unknown. There's 2 so far that I was able to identify their names, or seen that their names were on the tombstones, as well as the regiment that they were involved in. But maybe there's more that we are going to see, that maybe you can see what kind of regiments they were. Like right here, here's another unknown soldier. But it's really peaceful to be able to come out here and walk around, and just kind of take it in and kind of show our appreciation to these men. Even though we may not know them personally, we can still look at them as a veteran that fought for our freedom. Because at that time there was a lot going on during the Civil War, so a lot of these men wasn't really sure what they were signing up for or what they were fighting for. They were just being assigned to a unit, and they had to go to war. So unfortunately, their lives were cut short. But like right here, here's another guy that's actually named right here. You have Mr. Y.B. Smith of the Confederate Army. So that's actually pretty cool. Right behind him is W.L. Murphy of the 28th Mississippi. So that's actually pretty cool. 28th Mississippi Infantry. Then right beside him is another guy's name, J.W. Taylor. Unfortunately, it doesn't have his regiment, so I'm not sure if he was part of Alabama or the Mississippi Regiment. Now there's another one right here, J.C. Lowry, Lowry of the Confederate Army, and another one right here, J.C. Reeves. But then you have one like this, how old and faded away it is. But you can still kind of see that this guy right here is Mr. James M. Tucker of the 6th Alabama Cavalry. Now, if you guys are not familiar, the cavalry were men that rode on the horses and led the charge on the enemy front line. And right behind that, they would have their infantrymen come right behind it. Now, if you guys haven't seen my video of the reenactment of the Battle of Resaca, now the cavalry that was in that video was actually the 5th Georgia Regiment, or the 5th Cavalry of Georgia. So that one was pretty cool. I've actually been in contact with one of the reenactors who was involved with that regiment, so we've been talking back and forth. And that was pretty cool to be able to engage with those people as well. Like right here, here's Mr. George H. Baldwin of the Company F, 4 Confederate Infantry, and he passed away on November 26, 1864. So 1 year before the Civil War ended, he was killed in combat. And then we have another one right here of Francis Francis Curry, who was part of the 2nd Texas Infantry, who died on September 8th, 1863.
It's a big spider.
Where?
Oh, the other side. It was like flapping its little things at your hand over there.
And then right here,
Sorry.
this guy right here, A.T. Burden, he died on Valentine's. He was part of the Mississippi Cavalry, so he died February 14th. He died on Valentine's Day, so that's actually really sad that that his life was cut short on Valentine's Day.
Wow.
And then we got this guy right here, W.R. Rux of the Confederate Army, and he passed away August 2nd, 1864. And then we have another 1st Mississippi Cavalry, Mr. A.A. McLeod. So that's actually pretty cool. And then, like we talked earlier, the Y.B. Smith. And there's another guy that died on Valentine's, J.S. Alley, part of the Mississippi Cavalry. So then right beside them, you have an unknown soldier. You have a couple unknown soldiers right here. Now this one is B.F. Spence of the Confederate Army, Salem Wilson of the Confederate Army, then we have a Samuel Owens of the Confederate Army. So there's so many that are unknown, and then there's so many that are actually identified. So it's actually pretty cool to be able to see the ones that have been identified, so you can pay your respects to them. But you should also pay your respects to the ones that are unknown as well, because they did go through a lot of hardship and tough times during the Civil War. Like there's another one, Jonathan. Then you got Uno. Is it Juno? I don't know. I've seen a few of their names like that. You ever notice that?
Tuna.
Oh, and this one is look, Patrick Doyle of the 2nd Georgia Infantry.
That's Patrick's name.
Yeah.
J.F. Hartlow of the Confederate Army. L.J. Walker or Waller, the 37. Okay, trying to get me in there. So right here, you guys, we have a 37th Alabama Infantry.
Cold water.
It's really neat.
Mommy, I got.
Is it filming or taking a picture?
It's filming.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to take a picture of this now.
I'm still trying to figure out how to work that thing. George W. Thomas of the 14th Mississippi Infantry. So that he's got a pretty big tombstone.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know.
All right, so right here, you guys, we have what? Right here, as you guys can see, that we have another cavalry, which was the 6th. Down that way, there was a couple Mississippi cavalry. Now, like I was saying earlier, in the Battle of Resaca, that's where the 5th Cavalry of Georgia was stationed at. So, that's actually pretty cool. There's another 8th Alabama. So we must be getting into a lot of the, oh, like right here. There's a 25th of Georgia.
Is it really?
Right here.
Wow.
Ain't that something? They got some Georgia ones in Alabama.
You have more to go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mom, you have a lot of more. You're missing
No, it's right here, baby. And then we come back down. Here's another.
This
Here's Luke Stevens of the 6th Alabama Cavalry. So he died on March 22nd, 1864.
Mama, I found Steven.
Okay, and then right here, this guy was part of the regiment that we go to a lot. He is actually part of the 12th Tennessee Cavalry. If you guys are not familiar, we do go to Tennessee a lot because there's a lot of Civil War history in Tennessee, as well on the east, central, and west part of Tennessee, because there was a significant amount of battles that took place in the state of Tennessee. There's a couple more locations in Tennessee that I'm going to go out and film, like Fort Donaldson, Fort Pillow, and many. I think there's a couple others that are out there as well, but I'll let you guys know in the description box what other locations I'm planning on going out there in Tennessee and filming. Then right here we have a 3rd Battalion. Now this is pretty cool. This company right here is James V. Smith, Company C of the 3rd Battalion Light Artillery. So this is, I've become real fascinated with the light artillery because I've been talking to a lot of guys about light artillery. Like when I went out to the Battle of Resaca reenactment and I released that video, I got so many attention, and one of them was from a couple of the reenactors, and they were part of. One of them was actually part of the Washington Artillery, and then the other one was actually part of the Ferguson Artillery. So you've been talking to them back and forth, and I did a video for them as well to dive a little bit more into the artillery regiments that they were in, and what other battles that they were actually involved in. So that's actually pretty cool. I hope that they enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoy the video as well. But I just wanted to share that message with you guys. So I am getting a lot of attraction from many people of the Civil War, and I do appreciate all the support that's coming out with my journey through the Civil War, because I'm always trying to help preserve history, but as well I want to be able to show the world all the things that went on during the Civil War, how it took place, and what transpired at each of these battles, or even like these historical sites as well. So right here we have Thomas R. Scroggin of the 2nd Alabama Cavalry. So right here is the Alabama Cavalry. Right here is the, this is actually a pretty cool unit. W.D. Salter. He was actually part of Company F, 62 Alabama Infantry. This unit is actually pretty cool. I've done some research on the 62nd Alabama Infantry, and from what I've been reading, it's very fascinating unit and company and battles that they were involved in. So I'm actually planning on maybe doing a video of the 62nd Alabama Infantry. I might even do a video on the Tennessee, the 12th Tennessee Cavalry, the 12th Tennessee Cavalry. So I might do one of them as well, and as well as the Mississippi Cavalry, just so you guys can know what battles they were involved in and how many men were in each of their units. But like right here we have another Alabama, SF Slater of the 9th Alabama Cavalry. So as you guys can see, the cavalry was really strong in this area. Men riding on the horses and attacking the infantry. So that's actually pretty cool. Watch out for that anthill, baby.
Oh, yeah. I'll go in here.
And then right here is Edward Staler of the 8th Alabama. So that's actually pretty cool. Now, if we move down just a little bit, like this one, it's actually pretty cool. Joseph Saucer, Company D, Miles Legion, LPA Infantry. So that's actually pretty cool. He died April 8th, 1864. So he passed 1 year actually before the end of the Civil War. Then right here we have another Alabama infantry. So this one right here is the 21st Alabama Infantry. And this is actually Mr. George W. Smith. Now, the 21st Alabama Infantry was actually involved in a lot of different conflicts as well. But I got to look up some more information of the 21st. I never knew exactly how many regiments came out of Alabama, but as I was looking further into it, there was a lot of different regiments that actually came out of Alabama. So it would take a little while to, dive into all the regiments and seeing all the men in the battle that they were involved. Now I do have a video, at least one, of the 31st Alabama. I actually did that video as a basically I did that video to show my support not only to the 31st Alabama, but I also did it to I guess you guys can say it was a special video that I made to show my appreciation and my honor to one of my subscribers' great-grandfather, who was actually captured when he was a Confederate soldier. So I made that video basically in honor of her great-grandfather, just to let everybody know the regiment that he was involved in, and how and where he was captured, and stuff like that. So that was that video. Now, if you guys like the videos that I come out with about the different regiments and the battles that they were involved in, as well as the commanders, make sure you guys post it in the comment section that you guys would like me to do more videos like that. But going on to the next one, we have the 12th Mississippi Cavalry of J.D. Allen. So that's actually pretty cool. Right here we have a man.
The vampire hiding. Oh, it's got
this. Can't really make out to it, but it's really faded out.
Queen.
I can't either.
Like, you can't really read this one either. It's really faded out.
Queen.
And then you got this soldier like over here by himself.
Poor guy.
No.
He's over here by himself. Maybe he's a loner.
Maybe.
They're just like, I don't want to be around anybody anymore. I'm sick and tired of it. Huh?
Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. This is actually First Lieutenant John L. Murphy. So
He was a lieutenant.
First Lieutenant.
What?
So he was part of the Confederates.
He was his lieutenant?
First Lieutenant. See the first?
He said they don't have lieutenants over there. It's right here, right?
Yeah, I think they're.
So is this they're like? Is this kind of like they're like, Robert E. Lee to them? Is this like his company right here, and this is him, or? What is
I don't think so, because the 20th, like the 28th Alabama, I don't think it was this commander.
Yeah.
He might have just been in the area at the time when he was killed in combat.
Yeah.
Or he could be from Shelby Springs as well. So I'm not familiar on that. I'll have to look up that guy's name. I'll have to look up his name though and see more information on him, and also see what kind of regiment he was actually involved in. So like, yeah, see, I can't even make out with this stuff because these are really old cemeteries. Then we got a couple. We got one right here, which is the Confederate Army. 31st.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So dirty.
William Miller.
I wonder.
I don't know.
Dusty.
That's different.
Dusty, dusty, dusty.
31st. All right. So he was born 1836 and died in 1915. So he died after the Civil War.
Well, kudos to him.
He made it through it.
Yeah.
31st.
That guy make it too, didn't he? That lieutenant?
Yeah, I think he did. So I looked at it correctly. Here's another one in the ground. 29th, Alabama. He made it. He died in 1920. He was a private in Company D.
Holy crap. 1840.
1840 to 1920.
Confederate States Army, 1840 to 1920.
Yeah, because see right here is, he was part of 29th Alabama Infantry,
Yeah.
but he was also assigned, I mean, he was, 29th Alabama was his infantry, but he was assigned to Company D.
So
They broke them off to different companies.
1920?
Yeah. I think that was right before the Great Depression, wasn't it?
Oh, how old was this person? 1920. Oh, let's all do a math thing here for a second.
All right, so that man would have been, if he would have made it today, he would have been around, he's actually 101.
101?
If you take 1920 and subtract it from 2021, he's 101.
Wow.
So, he's an old man with a lot of wisdom.
Yeah, he does. Very much so.
That 31st Alabama Infantry needs to be moved up here.
Missing some, Daddy?
Yeah.
Mommy, missing some.
We're gonna get it, baby.
I don't
Oh, over here? Over
No,
there?
under
Like right here,
Well, oh, yeah.
there's another Alabama, 2nd Alabama Cavalry.
Daddy, last one.
So this is a whole...
We got one. It's unknown. We seen it, baby. It's
Oh,
unknown.
yes, we'll get him on here. See, there he goes. He is on camera.
I don't know what's
We're
his
all
name. I don't know what's his name.
We'll look at your name.
What's his name, too?
I don't know, honey. They didn't get time to be able to figure out their names in that time.
And you got him of the 5th Missouri Infantry. Now look at this one right here, baby. 57th Alabama.
Robert Shirley?
Yeah.
Look at them.
That thing's just shining in the sun, ain't it?
March 18th, 1864. He was part of the 57th Alabama, Company E. Then right beside him is a guy that was part of the 6th Alabama Cavalry. See?
I see you.
Mr. James Scott.
Wow. James Scott and Robert Shirley.
My turn. My turn.
Good names.
James Scott.
Here's another, excuse me,
George.
Alabama Cavalry right here.
It's okay. It's okay. Can't reach the string. Swing down.
I got it. You together?
No. Give me that.
Hey, baby. Can you run to the car and grab me another battery?
You want your dog. She can have her own water. In the way, dog. I gotta be in that way.
Alright, you guys, so that's going to conclude my trip here at Shelby Springs Confederate Cemetery. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed my time out here. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I've seen a lot of great men out here, unknown, ones that was even known. All these men are great men. I love all of them to death. And I want to show my support each and every time I have an opportunity to go to a cemetery to honor our fallen heroes. I'll always be there. There was a lot of different infantries out here. I actually seen one of them out here that was actually the 5th Company Washington Artillery. I actually did a video on them as well. Many Alabama infantries out here, Tennessee regiments out here. So I can't wait to release this video for you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I love you guys, and thank you again for all the support. Talk to you guys again soon.